Hello, welcome. Welcome, everyone. There seems to be a delayed reaction tonight of the Zoom door opening, so you're slowly trickling in here. Welcome. I see Julie. Welcome. Kelly. Hello, Kelly. Nadina, welcome. Gabrielle, welcome. Patrice, hello. Nice to see you all. See you in the chat box, Nadina. Thanks for the greeting. You'll need a block tonight as far as props, or today if you might be watching the replay, whatever time of day you're doing this. One block will be helpful. Excuse me, I got a little scratchy throat today. My lovely assistant Cash, my kitty cat, is bathing himself here in the corner. I'm assuming that is a precursor to a long nap, his 19th nap of the day. And you will notice a new presence on my set. If you look down here over my shoulder, do you see? You see this guy down here in the Hawkeye shirt? This is Sock Monkey. Sock Monkey is very important in my life right now. Didn't even know we had a sock monkey in our house. I found it in the closet recently. And because I get kamikaze attacks from this kitten, I found out that he's very afraid of Sock Monkey. And so Sock Monkey stays there to guard my mat so that I don't get bitten by a playful kitten. So that's why Sock Monkey is there. I think I'm the only yogi that has a Sock Monkey on her set, but it is very necessary at this stage of the game. So, all right, let's see. Oh, hi, Kendra, welcome. I was just explaining our new friend Sock Monkey down here. He's to protect me from Cash, who likes to, he's at that playful stage where biting is, he thinks, very normal, but it doesn't feel so good to be on the receiving end of it. Okay, it looks like it is time. You'll need a block tonight if you're just joining us. And I have been sharing a little series with you the last couple weeks, and we'll continue on with that, called the I Can and I Will series, which just that short phrase there, I can and I will, is a really helpful mantra for life. Whether you fill in the blanks behind I can whatever and I will whatever, just the I can and I will is such a helpful mantra to have. And so the first week we did I can be brave. Last week was I can be kind, even when I'm not receiving kindness. And this week is I can start over and I will. I can start over and I will. And how many times in your life, if you think about it, have you had to start over with something? I don't know about you, but I can think of many times in all facets of my life where I sometimes have wanted to start over and many times have not been open to starting over, but was forced into it. So think about it in your own life. Maybe it was a job or a career where you found yourself starting over again with something new and starting from the bottom and working your way up. Maybe it's a relationship that you choose to end and then you start over with someone new, or maybe it was chosen for you. Maybe you lost a loved one and then you finally get to a point where you start over with another relationship. Maybe it's rebuilding your health. Maybe you were feeling healthy and then the rug gets pulled out from under you and you have to start to regain that health day by day. So as long as we're human, I know that we're going to have these challenges and many times opportunities to start over. But let's face it, it's not always easy. As a matter of fact, it's not always fun. And many times it can be downright uncomfortable and even painful. And other times we welcome it. But either way, it takes effort, it takes patience and perseverance and courage and all of those qualities to start over again. I've been feeling this so much in my own life right now with, having a 20-year business just kind of boom, disappear during COVID in many ways. And even though it's still here, it's morphing and changing. And I'm feeling like in many ways, I'm learning to start all over again. So maybe you can relate. I know the last couple of years have really put us all in this position in so many ways. So that's our focus this evening. Let's close our eyes. During our short centering, I'm going to read a short passage to you from Melody Ross about starting over, and then I have a delicious practice for us tonight. So let the eyes draw closed. Let's give ourselves this really valuable time of centering and just making a division where we step away from the busyness of life and into this liminal space. We get to reconnect with what's really important to us. We get to strengthen and refuel our bodies and minds and hearts. So with eyes closed, begin to touch base with your shoulders. Just feel them, or perhaps even move them in gentle little circles. Eventually allowing the shoulders just to softly release downward away from the ears. And then to more deeply facilitate that release, begin to receive a deeper breath and consciously feel the breath come in through the nose, and then open your mouth and sigh it out a couple times. And each time you sigh out, feel an extra deep release in the shoulder region. When something we love or everything we thought we knew has been stripped away from us, we really can start over and begin again. It takes time to honor and grieve our losses, and this is some of the most important work we'll ever do. When we're done with the hardest parts of grieving, we can start over. We get to take our stories with us. We get to take our experiences and our hard-earned wisdom. We get to take who we have become with us. These things are more valuable than just about anything. And even though it might feel like we've lost everything, we get to keep very precious and valuable things with us, no matter what. The things that we need most to be able to start over and begin something wonderful. We can be brave and start over. We can thrive. Bring hands together in front of your heart. In the silence here of this moment, perhaps whisper or silently say to yourself the mantra, I can start over and I will. And that will apply into whatever part of your life you feel it's necessary. I can do it. I can start over and I will. So in our practice, let us cultivate the strengths of willpower and determination and perseverance and courage and strength, all those things necessary to start over. May we be supported by divine grace as we practice. And then lifting your head, please release your hands, let your eyes open, and let us start in a standing position. So come on to your mat, up to standing, and away we go. Mr. Sock Monkey is waiting down there for us in the corner. You see him? You'll see him right there, Mr. Sock Monkey. Protecting me from the vicious lion. All right, so let's stand and take your hands, interlace your fingers, and place them right at the base of your skull. Then open your elbows out, and we're just going to do a little gentle side-to-side rotation or twist. So it doesn't matter which direction you go first. Just go a little bit and then go back the other side. And it's important as you're doing this side to side to allow your knees to soften. So one knee might bend a little as you twist. So just go back and forth, a nice easy little winding up here. Good. Then let the arms release and come into cactus pose. So open out a little bit more. Keep that nice easy twist side to side going. Then next time you go to your right, stay there. Once you stay in that twist, expand your arms or extend your arms, one forward, one back, and look at the back hand. Good, now take your back hand down and your front arm up. And you're still looking down at your back hand. So feeling your left arm reach up, your right arm down, and you're looking down at your right hand. Stretch high, push low. Good, come to cactus pose and turn to your left and pause there. And then fully extend your arms, reaching out from the heart, through the shoulders, through the fingertips. And then just as you did on the first side, take your left arm down, your right arm up, and keep looking down at your left hand. Receive a deep breath here, expanding into the ribs, the lungs. Awesome, and then come back center, back to cactus pose. Check to make sure your feet are indeed hip width apart. Bring the palms together. Let's bend our knees and have a seat here. I'm going to turn sideways at this point. And then just take an easy twist here, left elbow towards right knee. Side prayer twist as we look up towards the top elbow. Or if it feels better for you to look down, go ahead and do that. Reach down, touch the mat, straighten the legs, and drop the head. Release it, shake it. Breathe into the full pose, this full forward bend. Deep breath. Then roll up through your spine, stack to stand as you come up. Reach the arms above you, big stretch up, reach high. And then hands to heart center, bending the knees, coming back to chair. And now twist to your left, bring the right elbow across. When you arrive, then just let your mind settle in the sound and sensation of your breath. We learn a lot about starting over in our breath. It is so automatic, right? It starts over and over again and again and again. Touch down to the mat. There's an inhale, there's an exhale. It continues on and on. From here, consciously press into the floor or blocks and see if you can start to move your shoulders, like circle them a little bit. There's no wrong way to do this. Just get some movement. They can both be moving at the same, or you could move one and then the other, alternate. Just move the shoulders and the shoulder blades on your back in some way. Get some juicy shoulders going. And now bend your knees deeply. Let your chest rest on your thighs. You're checking in here. Your feet are still straight ahead. Bring the hands behind you and interlace the fingers if that's doable. Otherwise, just put your hands on your hips. Start to stretch your knuckles up as the neck telescopes and the crown of the head reaches towards the floor. Your knees are still bent. Chest is resting on the thighs. Good. And then release the hands down to your thighs. Come forward through your chest as you rise. Press through the legs and come all the way up to standing. Standing on the left leg, bring your right knee up into a balance and just squeeze it up towards you wherever you can. Just squeeze it towards your body. And then place that down. Ground the right foot in preparation for balance on the second side. Bring the left leg up and just hold right below the knee here. Fingers interlaced on the shin. Squeeze it in. And release. All right. I'm going to invite you to come to the start of your mat, the front of your mat, And our practice tonight is a building on practice or a stacking. So there's going to be a lot of starting over, but each time adding on a little bit more, which is very indicative of what happens in life. Many times we start over and then we learn new skills and new relationships and we keep adding on. So let's start with the hands at the heart center and come into the fullness of mountain pose with a little whisper of a bend in our knees. Here comes Cash. Ooh, and he's being very calm. This is good. So from here, we rise up with an inhale. And as we exhale, we sit back into a chair pose. And then twist to your right again. Bring the elbow across and pause here. 2 breaths. Feel the back waistline fill up on that inhale. And now keep your hands together as you stand back up. Come into Tadasana. Balance on the left leg and bring your right leg up. This time interlace the fingers underneath the thigh, right on your hamstring there. Push down with the leg into your hand. At the same time you rise up through your spine, lifting the chest. And now from here, we'll float this leg back slowly into a lunge. So just take your time, reaching down to the floor or blocks into lunge pose. Move the hips big time, side to side. And as the hips sway to the left, for example, let your head go right. So go opposite in your torso. When the hips go right, look left. So you got that. Just back and forth, playful like. And then let's step into a downward facing dog and pedal the legs out, which always feels so nice. And also a little eye-opening many times, like, whoa, what happened to my calf muscles? It's like tight rubber bands in there some days. So alternate rolling through your feet. Notice how your toes feel, how your arches feel. Maybe look back and notice how dry your skin is. Oh my gosh. Anybody else feeling the old winter weather or seeing it in their skin? My goodness. Let's step the right leg forward, followed by the left leg. Bring the hands onto the hips, shoulders lift and come up to standing. Hands come together in front of the heart. Big inhale, we lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, sit back into a chair pose. Twist to your left. 2 generous breaths here. Rising up slowly, standing tall. Balance on the right foot now and bring the hands underneath the left leg. Pressing down with the left thigh, guiding your bottom back a little so the top of your right thigh stays back. And just hold here, tall through the spine. We'll be making our way now to a lunge pose. Take your left leg back, reach it way back, and touch down. And then move the hips big time, side to side. Let your head move opposite of your hips. Your shoulders move opposite of your hips. And then stepping back once again to downward facing dog. This time, instead of pedaling the legs, let's let the heels go right, hips go right. Notice what you're feeling from the waistline all the way up to the left armpit. And then hips and heels over to the left. And notice what you're feeling from the waistline to the right armpit. And then just a couple more times at your own pace, go back and forth. Hips and heels right. Hips and heels left. Back again, one more set, right side. And left side. Coming back to center. Step the left leg up between your hands and follow it by the right foot. And then please bring the hands to the hips, lift the shoulders, and come up to standing. Starting over, hands together in front of the heart center. Deep breath in, rise up. Exhale, have a seat. Twist to your right. Pause, enjoy the breath here. Exploring the twist. On an inhale, stand up, balancing on your left leg. Bring the right leg on up, interlace the hands, and pause. Grow tall. If you need to hold a wall, just put your left hand on a wall there or a chair. We'll come back now slowly into lunge. So take your time, reach back, step down. And we'll add on this time. So we're in a nice deep lunge. Let's let our legs and our core do a little bit more of the work by taking our hands away. So draw your belly up, draw your ribs up into the body a little more, and then take the arms back behind you. Roll your shoulders up onto your back and turn your palms to face, palms down, thumbs out. So you've externally rotated your arms. Palms face down, thumbs face out, and we're hovering here, the good old hover. Can you stretch back more through your back heel and bend a little deeper into the front leg? Good, a hover. Reach down to the mat. Very good. Step back, downward facing dog. And this time we'll bend the knees and go into puppy dog variation. So we get a nice awakening for the lumbars. You make a lumbar curve here. Awareness through your core as you draw the ribs up into the body. So you have a nice connection there. And then just a lengthening up through your tailbone and a lengthening through the neck and head. And then please step your right leg forward, followed by your left leg. And hands to hips, lift the shoulders and stand. Hands come back to heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend to chair. Twist to your left. 2 breaths here. When you're ready, slowly rise to balance. We'll balance on the right foot this time. Lift the left leg, interlace the hands. Grow tall through the spine. I can start over, and I will. Notice how that might speak to you in some area of your life right now. Slowly take the left leg back. We'll come into our lunge pose. And by all means, use blocks if you need them. And then from here, we'll come into the hover. So the back leg stays elevated. We're going to lift the arms up, rotate the palms down, thumbs out. Feel the shoulders up onto the back there. And then just stretching back through the left heel, bending more into the front knee, and just a nice long spine, hovering. Good. Reach down to the mat, step on back, downward facing dog. And let's take 2 full cycles of breath here in down dog. When you inhale, really push from your shoulders through your arm bones into your hands, push the floor away. Feel what that does. It lengthens the spine. Push your thighs back. And we're going to take a little brief moment here in child's pose. Knees come down, widen, toes touch, sitting hips back. Stack the hands under your forehead and come into a soft, full breath. Easy breath. Let's rise, extend the arms, lift the hips up to down dog, and then step the left leg forward, followed by the right. Hands to the hips and rise, come all the way up. And we start over, hands to hips, or hands to heart, excuse me. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, have a seat. Twist to the right. Now this time you can stay as you are, or you can extend your top arm up and your bottom arm down, pressing against the leg. Maybe open the throat a little bit. Then hands come back together. Standing up, find your strong mountain pose. Balance on the left foot. Bring the right leg up. Now you can continue just like this with the right leg bent, or you might explore straightening it if that is available to you. Bend or straighten, either way, or some other variation. And then let's bend and step back into a lunge pose. We're pros at this now. Get your balance here in lunge and then come into hover. Lift the arms, rotate the palms downward, thumbs go out. Nice external rotation. We're going to add on. From here, sweep the arms downward, slowly come forward, palms face up here, and then let them float right on up into a beautiful crescent pose, stretching up with your spine, and then maybe a little lean back, holding there. On your next breath out, let the arms fan down, touching down with your fingertips. Back we go to downward dog. And this time we'll add plank in. So coming forward to strong, positive plank. Choosing whether you want to lower your knees or whether you want to keep them up. We'll all meet down on our tummies, come all the way down. Let's add a nice little cobra in here. Shoulders roll back, legs stay strongly hugging towards one another. Exhale, lower down. Pushing back, downward facing dog. And from here, stepping the right leg up between your hands, followed by the left. Hands press down on your hips till you rise nice and tall. Hands come to heart center. Inhale. Exhale to chair pose. Twisting to the left, bring the elbow over and either keep the palms together or option to extend arm up and arm down. Breathe fullness into the posture. Bringing the hands back together, slowly rise, come into standing. We'll balance on the right foot now. Bring the left leg up as you're ready. Interlace your hands. And again, option to stay with the leg bent or begin to extend it if that feels right, or somewhere in between. Try to take your bottom back. I even like to pull my left leg here back into the socket. Plug it in more. We'll slowly move now to our lunge. Left leg comes back. Lower on down to your lunge or fall down like I just did. And from here, we'll come into hover. So take the arms up, palms face up, palms face down, excuse me. Thumbs rotate out. Draw up through the core, but try to stay low with your torso here. Now the arms begin to drop down, come through, forward, nice and slow, rising on up. Nice little lunge into the deep lunge into the front leg. Stretch high. reaching up, maybe just a little prayer for please give me the strength I need to start over, wherever it might be. From here, we'll slowly touch down, stepping back into downward facing dog. As you breathe in the next time, come forward to plank, inhaling, exhaling, lower down. Inhale to what's that thing called? Cobra. And exhale, releasing down. Pushing back, downward facing dog. And then left leg steps up between the hands first. Follow it with your right. Hands to the hips, lift the shoulders, and come upright. Starting over, hands at the heart. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, bend. We are starting over again and again, but we're making some progress. Can you feel how we're adding on, adding more skills, adding more breath? We're going to twist to the right. Yeah, so here you can keep your hands here. You can extend up, or you could take this top arm around behind your back, all the way around, maybe touching the inside of your left leg. And look up, open the throat a little. Or any variation, make it your own. Circling back around with the arm, palms meet up, rise and stand. Balancing on the left leg. Bring the right leg up. Yogi's choice to bend it, extend it, or somewhere in between. Grow tall through the spine as you push your leg down. Drop your right hip down. Bending, coming back slowly into your lunge. Establish your foundation here. Draw up through the core and then lift the arms to hover. Palms face down, thumbs out. Feel your posture muscles, your upper back. Engage the upper back muscles here. Good, now arms sweep down, through, and up. Reaching high, my palms are facing backwards still here. And we're going to add on one more thing. Turn your palms forward. Grab on, make fists like you're grabbing onto a bar above you. And then keep reaching up energetically with your arms, with your whole torso, as you start to bend your back knee and slowly lower it all the way to the ground. Now, if you need to touch your hands down to do that, no worries. And here we are in Anjane, opening up. And then reaching down, touch the ground. We'll step back to a dog pose. And this time for your dog delight, we'll add a right leg up if you choose. Right leg comes up. Bend the right leg. Just hold here, no wild dog, just bend the knee. And then lift your chest and your gaze forward. Try to press your head up towards your foot. And your foot reaches towards your head. Yeah. Straighten the right leg, float it down to the mat, and find your way into plank pose. And lower down slowly. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Curl the toes under, back we go, downward facing dog. And then please step the right leg forward, followed by the left. Hands to hips and rise. Hands to heart. Second side, breathing in, we rise. Breathing out, we sit. Breathing in, we twist to the left. Keeping hands inside prayer, extending both arms, or wrapping the top arm around all the way to the inside of the right leg if possible. And extend the top arm, left arm up, reach hands to each other and rise. And now we balance, standing on the right foot. Bring the left leg up, interlace the hands, stay bent or straighten. If you're going either way, bent or straighten, draw the left leg bone back into the hip socket. Grow tall through your spine. It's like Groundhog's Day. We've been here. We've done this a million times, but it's getting better. We're learning more about ourselves. We just keep going. We start over again and again and again. And then bend. We're going to reach the leg back behind us, coming into, you guessed it, lunge pose. From here we come into hover. Shoulders roll up, stay low over the front leg. Palms rotate which way? Down. Very good. I heard you all say down. Thumbs out. Coming into crescent, lift up and let the arms float through very gracefully, very slowly, reaching on up. And then turn the palms forward, make fists like you're grabbing onto a monkey bar, sock monkey bar, and then slowly lower the back knee down. Ooh, do you feel that up the front of your thigh? Oh my. And then from here we stretch up a little bit higher. And then hands come down to the ground, stepping on back, downward dog. Deep breath in here and down dog. Really push into the floor, strong with your arms. And now left leg lifts up if you choose. Bend the leg in half, no wild dog, but we're just gonna lift our gaze, look out by your thumbs, and just imagine lifting your head towards your foot and reaching your foot towards your head. A little scorpion dog. And then straighten the left leg, lower it. We're gonna come down forward to plank, 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 and then lower down. Interlace your hands behind your back this time, or do cobra if that's more serving of your shoulder. Roll your shoulders back if your hands are interlaced. Lift up, head up, chest up, look down. Breathe. And then lower down. Hands come by the chest. We're going to child's pose here. So widen your knees as you push back and decide what feels best for your arms. They could be extended or stacked under your forehead. Pause there for several breaths. Take a moment to feel. Notice what you feel, where you feel it. And then lifting yourself on up in your child's pose and just looking up at your screen. We're going to be going to a posture, Parsvottanasana, and into a twist. And I thought we would have Mr. Sock Monkey demonstrate the pose tonight. How about that? So how many of you have a tail? If you have a tail, it could get in the way, so you might want to tuck it in. I'm going to tuck it up his shirt here. Yep, that tail just gets in the way. So we're going to have our one leg forward and one leg back, like so. And then our hands will be on our hips. So we got hands on hips, one leg forward, one leg back. And then we're just going to hinge at the hip joint here, about parallel to the floor. Now, if you need blocks, you could reach down to the blocks, but we want to keep those legs nice and strong. Nice demonstration, yes? Very good, Mr. Sock Monkey. Okay, your turn. Oh my goodness, after 2 years of talking to the green light, I'm officially starting to lose it, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So come up to standing. If you want blocks, if your hamstrings tend to be on the shorter side, have a couple blocks there. Not a problem. They'll help us. And we're going to be doing Parsvottanasana or pyramid pose with a little twist. Okay, I've warmed you up with twists. So we'll step here between the blocks if you're using them. Otherwise, no worries. I'm going to reach my hands onto the blocks here and ask you to step your right leg back. Now remember Mr. Sock Monkey? He showed us this very beautifully. He's a very seasoned yogi. And so let's take the back foot and just an inch or so hop it over to the right. Widen out your stance. And take a moment here to see, can you indeed get this front leg straight or pretty darn close? If you're using blocks, put them right under your shoulders, right adjacent to your front ankle usually. And now push strong into your legs, especially your front leg, like you're pushing the floor away, and draw your left hip back, and ever so slightly your right hip comes forward. Keep pressing your pelvis and your thighs back, and now draw in through your abdomen and extend long through your spine forward. Yeah, so thighs and pelvis go back from the navel and above, go forward, hold. Now, left hand comes onto your hip. You're either touching the floor or a block with your right hand. And now can you keep the hips and thighs moving energetically back, spine lengthening forward as you twist, nice and slow, super slow. And what tends to happen for all of us is this front foot, you might notice it already, it starts to roll outward to the pinky toe side, more weight goes there. So anchor the big toe side of your front foot. Keep pushing strong energy from your pelvis down your legs into your feet. And for right now, we're just going to keep the left hand on the hip. And then slowly unwind, look down at the mat, bend the front leg, step forward, and then just do a switch. Left leg back, move the foot over to the left an inch and straighten the front leg, fully straight. And we're not in a hurry here. We've got to set up all the pieces so our journey goes a little smoother. So we're going to draw this back hip slightly forward, the front hip, the right hip slightly back. Press the thighs and pelvis back. Can you feel that? And then grow long through your spine. Look down, put lots of weight in the big toe side of your front foot. Keep that right hand to the hip. And then slowly start that turn. It's not just a twist. There's so much happening, right? Energetically, the legs and pelvis are pushing back. The spine is lengthening long. And then we twist in the midst of all of that. And we keep firm in our foundation. And on top of that, we have to remember to breathe. Oh yeah, breathe. Feel this twist. I want you to feel this shape. Feel your legs. Feel what's happening in your torso as you're twisting. So we're going to be doing it in a couple different shapes, a couple different positions, I should say. And then come back to center. Bend the front leg. Step in. And then let's all stand up. All right. Coming down to the mat to bring more awareness to our core and the importance of toning and connecting before we twist, and actually using this region to twist. Okay, so using the oblique muscles, your side abdominals, and all of the core muscles to actually be a motor that initiates and takes you into a full twist. So let's do this seated, however you're comfortable. Maybe you sit up on a block. Maybe you sit back on your heels. So we're just going to take a moment here to bring a keen sense of awareness to the core. I want you to take your arms in a cactus pose, and then take your chin and bow. So as you bow down, I'll try not to yell into the microphone here. As you bow, gently tether your ribs back into the body. Feel that you've facilitated a little more connection there already with that bowing action, fullness of your back. Now keep that connection, that sense of connection in your core as you lift your head. Try not to let the ribs jet forward. And then take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, move from your core muscles, twist to your right. But you're moving because you're so connected here in the middle. And then inhale when you arrive here. And exhale, draw in through the core and twist from the core to your left. Inhale, lift up through your spine. Breathe out through your mouth as you twist to the right. Slow and controlled. Inhale, rise. Exhale, draw navel towards spine. And come back center. Right, now we come onto our backs. And in this position, have a block nearby. We'll place the block between the inner thighs, inner knees, I should say. Inner knees is where I want it. And then take your arms in cactus pose here on the ground. Please lift the legs up into tabletop position, squeezing the block here. And then just take a moment to feel the back of your head pressing firmly into the mat. And then also the back of your shoulders pressing down firmly, your elbows pressing down, even the back of your hands if possible. Squeezing the block, begin to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, motor your legs to the right through your core. Bring your attention now to your right hip. You're laying on it right now. Move from there as you come back. So lift the right hip to bring you back and to the other side. All the way to the left, you go with the legs, pause. Breathing in, exhale, lift from the left hip to bring your legs up and over to the right. Keep the shoulders down. And lift from the right hip as you breathe out and come across and over to the left. One more each side. And come back to center. Then place the feet on the ground. Awesome. Take the block out now. Let's see where we're going from here. Oh yeah, I need you to do one more thing. Actually, let's come to a seated position. Place the block between your inner feet. And you can put it the thicker way. So it's like so, between your inner feet. And then option one would be to stay here. If you have a vulnerable back, I would stay in this position, lean back and squeeze in on that block with your inner feet. Okay, so hold there. Option two would be to lift the block, tabletop, and hold. So either way, we're going to hold it for 8 counts. So maybe you're already there, come out of it. And now let's all go together. So squeeze in, either hold back here or lift up, and we'll hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Sit up nice and tall. Lengthen up through the spine. And then bring your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. And instead of just twisting, let's twist from the core with the breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist. As you feel the navel draw in, turn with support. And then come back and switch sides. Prep the hands first. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, breathe out, and then twist. And back to center. All righty. We're going to take the block now and bring it behind us. This is preparing us for where we're going, all the pieces of the puzzle. We're going to place the block like so between your inner feet again. Actually, inner heels and ankles, okay? And we'll be coming into a plank pose where our sole purpose will be to squeeze the block. If you're uncomfortable on your hands, come to your forearms, either way. So we'll come into plank. We're going to lift up here. I'm just going to squeeze in with my inner feet, inner ankles, whatever's touching the block. Focus on that for a count of 8. Squeeze in. 7, 6. Feel your inner legs activated Oh, so awake. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release your knees down. Awesome. So I want you to remember that inner heel hugging in. That's going to help us in a little bit here. Inner heel hugging in towards a block. So we'll come up to standing now. Dun, dun, dun. And we'll come on up to the front of the mat. You might want to block here as we go into half moon. So we'll take the left leg forward. The block will be over here, adjacent diagonally here to the little toe side. And then lean forward, put your hand on the block, and we're coming into half moon like this tonight, just lifting the back leg up, flex the back foot, open up fully, breathe deeply. Nice expansive posture. Good, and then release the back leg down, stand up, and move the block to the second side. Over to the right side, excuse me, Mr. Sock Monkey, you need to move over. And we'll start with stepping on the right foot, bend the front knee, move your block a good 18 inches out here on the little toe side of your foot, and then up you go with the back leg. Left hand can remain on the hip or extend. Just breathe fullness into the posture, let your body fully open. Maybe you're going through a starting over that feels really good and you're so excited about it. Let yourself express that through this posture, especially like, yes, I'm starting over. I hated that other job or that other relationship. I get to start over. It can be a really good thing. Release down and stand. All right, boys and girls, now we're going to do revolved half moon. This is where you really need to hug in with that back foot. So we'll start here with the block on the, let's see, which side are we going to first? The block is going to be over on the right side. So block is on the right side. We'll be standing on our left leg and we'll twist to the left. So if you need extra support, put 2 blocks out here. This is a really challenging posture, so take it to where it feels right for you. So we stand on the left leg, sweep the right leg back, and then draw up through the ribs. Really puff up your back here, connect the core strong. Left hand stays on your hip, right hand on the block or the floor, and then hug your back inner ankle in as if it was into the block. Begin to twist, turning to your left, and keep lifting your back leg and hugging it in really strong. The left hand can stay on your hip or you can extend it up, turning more through the torso and chest. Revolved Ardha Chandrasana. And release when you are ready, or hold it there as long as you want. How did that feel? Are you ready to do the second side? Yes, we are, Marcia, let's do it. So we're gonna stand on the right leg, I believe. Left hand on the block or the floor. Sweep the left leg up. We have that kicking up. Draw up through the core. I find I like to just put my fingertips on the block if I'm using it. And then engage your core, hug the back inner heel to the midline. That's crucial to stay connected to that power. And then start to turn to your right. Turn, you don't have to take your right arm up. Maybe this is feeling really groovy right here. If you want to, you can go for it. It takes more core connection in order to twist with that arm up, I think. Back leg lifting and hugging in. You got this, my kids, you've got it. Hang in there. And then release. Fantastic. Oh, come on down to your knees. I wonder if Sock Monkey can do that one. Let's see. Dun da da, dun da dun da da. Look at that. Revolved half moon, Sock Monkey style. And he didn't even sweat. Ah. All right. Where do we go from here after that excitement? Let's come on to, we have so many options. Yes, we do. Let's come on to your left side. Onto your left side. Oh my goodness. Bring your knees out in front of your hips, straight out here, and your feet are stacked. And then you're going to come onto your forearms like so. So this posture will really call upon our obliques, the core muscles here, and you'll feel other things as well. This is a highly sophisticated posture, right? Some of you may have done this before, and its name is Flying Squirrel. Are you ready for Flying Squirrel? Let me demonstrate it because it can be dangerous, and then you can do it with me. And you have to say it with it because that makes it more James Bond-like. So here we go, watch me. So I'm gonna lift my hips, lift the top leg, flying squirrel, and come back down. Hips up, flying squirrel, and come back down. Okay, come with me. So here you are. You gotta say it loud in your house. Flying squirrel, come back down. Lift the hips, open the top leg, open the arm, flying squirrel. Back down one more time. Flying squirrel, sock monkey. It's a zoo class tonight. Let's switch sides. Come over, lay on your right side, stack your legs. Come onto your forearms. Think about it for a second here. 1, 2, 3, go, lift up. Flying squirrel, come back down. Flying squirrel, come back down. Flying squirrel, come back down. That's a good one to teach to your grandchildren. And come back up. Bring your feet on the ground. Oh, holy moly. Lift up nice and tall through your spine. And then exhale, round on back into a nice seated cat pose. I apologize if I yelled in the microphone during Flying Squirrel. And inhale, come back up. And exhale, round. One more time, inhale up. And exhale, round. Feels good on the spine. And then sitting up nice and tall. We hold here. From here, I'd love for you to stretch your right leg straight out. And then cross your left leg over. On the right leg, flex it and point your toes towards the ceiling. So that leg is very active. And then we'll all be at different places. For some people, the crossover is perfect right here. If you want to go a little deeper, you could slide this top ankle back so that your knee is over the bottom knee. So whichever feels right for you. So if your leg is completely crossed here, then lean forward through your chest, reach out through the chest. If your leg is like this, where your foot is on the ground, then I would go into more of a twist. Okay, so you choose either more hamstring, leaning forward with your leg in this position, or more twist to the left if you're in that position. Wherever you're at, begin to drop more deeply into the sound and sensation of your breath. I know it's pretty hard to come down out of Flying Squirrel. Watching that amazing demonstration from the sock monkey, it was kind of like watching the Olympics, wasn't it? And then slowly come up. We'll switch legs. So left leg out, right leg either crosses like so, and you do a twist, or pull the leg all the way back and lean forward. And breathing. Perhaps as you breathe in, notice the fullness that you bring into the back ribs, the back lungs. And then let's rise from there, come all the way up. We're going to take our feet into Bhatukanasana, soles of the feet together, and then just rock back and forth on your bum here. One leg comes up, one leg goes down. Just let the legs go side to side. And as you're rocking, let your bottom slide closer, little by little, towards your heels. So, like your pelvis is inching up closer to your feet as you are going back and forth. And then let's stop wherever you're at, not forcing the legs at all. Just stop and see if you can go ahead and just lower yourself down to your elbows and lift your chest up. So you're going to look up at your ceiling, lift your chest fully, and now firmly press heel to heel. Try to arch that low back, even pressing heel to heel, nice and firm. Awesome. And then bring your legs together. Recline on back onto your back. And let's all draw the knees towards the chest. Separate the knees a little bit so they go more towards your shoulders. And then a gentle side to side rocking action might feel good. Placing the right foot on the floor, keeping the knee bent, extend the left leg up, flex and point your foot several times. Just keep flexing and pointing. Deep inside, this is really beneficial for our nerves. It's actually called a nerve glide. So just keep pumping the leg, giving us lots of circulation and movement around the nerves. Of course, it has other benefits as well, but I'm just pointing that one out right now. Release the left foot down. We'll bring the right leg up and extend it. You can hold on to it if you want, or just let your hands rest at the ground. Either way, flex and point like a pumping action. And you might notice one leg feels a little easier, a little freer. And they might be both just the same. I Can Start Over by George and I Will. Again and again. Gotta release. From here, stretch your legs out and find Shavasana. The sweet time of undoing, of non-doing. Let your arms just rest. Palms rotated up. Close your peepers. Let me guide you into a nice little relaxation. Eyes are nice and closed, and you're in that place of darkness, the nurturing type of darkness, like conception, like a baby in utero. It's dark, but it's nurturing, or a seed planted in the ground. It's dark, but nurturing. So we go inward. And we just ask that this Shavasana, this time of rest, be deeply nourishing to our body, to our minds, to our souls, giving us the renewed strength, clarity, courage, patience, whatever it might be that we need to start over. Even if it's a starting over that we chose and that we're very excited about, it still takes effort, attention, lots of energy. Feel the next breath that arrives at the tip of your nose. Just notice there's a breath. Breathe it in, drink it in fully, And then notice when it leaves. Just be very attentive. Notice when that breath leaves. And feel the next breath that comes in. Notice when it leaves. Feel the next breath. And the next breath. Allow the back of your head to release more, as if it were sinking into warm, soft soil. Your shoulders also just sinking, like making an impression in the earth. Your arms releasing, your hands soft. Feel the back muscles letting go from the top of the spine all the way down to the pelvis. Relaxing through the buttocks. And let the legs release from the top of the thighs all the way down to the knees, down to the ankles, down the feet to the tips of the toes. Allowing a release, softening. Resting into the space of non-doing, just allowing, receiving. In this receptive state, receive these words into your heart. When something we love or everything we thought we knew has been stripped from us, we really can start over and begin again. It takes time to honor and grieve our losses, and this is some of the most important work we will ever do. When we're done with the hardest parts of grieving, we can start over. We get to take our stories with us. We get to take our experiences and our hard-earned wisdom. We get to take who we have become with us. These things are more valuable than just about anything. And even though it might feel like we've lost everything, we get to keep very precious and valuable things with us no matter what. The things that we need most to be able to start over and begin something wonderful. We can be brave and start over. We can thrive. You might silently whisper to yourself the mantra of encouragement. In this case, I can start over, and I will. I can start over, and I will. Let's receive the next few minutes in silence as I hold space for you. Let yourself release even more fully in the next couple minutes. Feeling the natural breath just happening all on its own, or so it appears. There is some benevolent, loving force that is breathing you at this point, that's giving you life. The same benevolent, loving force that can help you start over in any way, any time. May we remember that. Beginning now to breathe deeper, fuller into the depths of your lungs. And starting to move gently as you're ready with fingers or toes or arms. And slowly bending your knees as you're ready and draw them in towards your chest. And rolling to your right side. And press yourself up to your seat. And sitting tall in that seat with the shoulders relaxed, let the eyes close as you bring the hands together in front of your heart center. We close the eyes, we go inside, just like we started. Meeting this quiet moment with a wealth of gratitude from deep inside of your heart. Gratitude for opportunities to start over, whether we've chosen them or they've been chosen for us. Starting over is part of our growth. I can start over, and I will. Maybe that mantra speaks to you right now. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me tonight. I bow to the light in each of you. Namaste. All right, my friends, I appreciate you being here as always. Have a fabulous week, and I will look forward to seeing you next Monday. Maybe Mr. Sock Monkey will be here too. I don't know. So far, I didn't need him tonight because Cash was sleeping. So it must have, I think he still has magical powers. Magical. So I can rent him out if you need him. So have a great one, everyone. I so appreciate you all. And thank you, Kelly. Nice to have you here. Nice color to my clothes. Oh, thank you. Yes, it's kind of wine color. I can either drink it or wear it. Yeah. Thanks, Nadina. That's nice. All right, you kids. Enjoy the rest of your evening and your week. And I will look forward to seeing you in the Zoom temple next time we meet up. Have a good one. See you soon. Bye-bye. I wish I could see you.